All right. Do we have sight and sound today? What's going on? Anybody there? Oh, whoops. All right. Hey, my friends. Welcome. It is day 12 of FlyLady's Cruising Through the Holidays, the Super Cruise. Um, and I'm waiting to see if anybody shows up in chat. It says that there's a few people in live stream, but maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Okay. I know the whenever I was trying to put this together, I normally use my phone to do all of the video portion of the live stream. Even with my mic, I have a little device that fits in the side of my that plugs into my phone, and it can capture my audio this way. But today, I'm actually streaming from my tablet, and because my cell phone today is right here. Oops. My cell phone's right here today. And I've got it on my stand over here so that I can read chat while I'm washing dishes. Hence the dishes in my hands. Now, if you read the description, oh, good morning. What's going on? Oh, hey, Cece. Good morning. How are you? Now, if you read the description, if you're watching this live and you're reading the description, and they'll say what the mission is for today, and you're like, why are you in the kitchen? Well, here, let me explain what's going on. Good morning, Chrissy. Welcome. Hello. How are you? Hope you had a great weekend. We missed you, Chrissy, yesterday. What's up with you lovely ladies? I hope this noise isn't too bad for you guys. The audio is not bad. Are we really delayed? Oh my goodness. I apologize for the delays, guys. I thought my internet was doing pretty good today. Anyway, I guess I could go ahead and explain what's going on. Now, today, FlyLady's mission for today is, because it's Tuesday, and usually Tuesday is plan and play day. Well, she wants us to plan for Anti-Procrastination Day tomorrow. And what she means by that is, and I said it in the description, but I'm thinking, FlyLady knows this all too well. She wants us to be sure to finish up our holiday Christmas Christmas cards and get those in the mail. Good morning. Oh, you're still in bed. Get up, my friend. Come on. We want to lift ourselves up, and I know I'm not as bubbly as I normally do. I'm putting on a really good show. But I understand when you just don't feel like getting up and moving around. But once you do get up and move around and make those first initial steps, you discover how much better you feel. Oh, I know. I could go on for hours and hours about that. I need to rearrange my dishes over here on this rack. Anyway, FlyLady's mission for us today was to get our Christmas cards finished and in the mail, so that, actually get them done today, like finish writing them out, getting them ready to be mailed, because tomorrow that will set it what we do today will set us up for tomorrow. Now, I don't want to explain what the mission is for tomorrow is. I'm sorry if I double spoke. But you understand what I meant. Anyway, what we do today will set us up for the mission for tomorrow. So, her her um her assignment for us is to finish our Christmas cards, get them all written out and ready to be mailed. Because that I guess that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Um, I am short. You see how short I am? I'll figure out something. Anyway, but since I was able to get our Christmas cards done last week, I think it was last week or the week before, I managed to get them all in. The ones that I mentioned to you guys a few weeks ago, if anybody wanted me to send out a Christmas card, and I was making those little coasters, those heart-shaped coasters I was going to include put one in each one. I got those all done and mailed. So this portion of the mission I am done with. I am caught up. Oh my goodness. Chat's going like crazy all of a sudden. Uh Chrissy, we had to take my hubby's truck into the body shop. We've been having problems with our car. Yesterday morning, my husband couldn't get my van started when he was getting ready for work. He got his van started, but he tried to turn over mine to see if mine would run, and it wouldn't. So we I mean, I think my van is gonna run, but we went ahead and I had to take him to work yesterday, and we did that again today, just so that we know we have a vehicle that's operational and can get around. So we're having problems with our vehicles too. Hey Maggie, good morning. Watching a little before I go out shopping. It's so cold. Oh my gosh. We had our cold snap on Sunday. We got into the single digits with a wind chill of below 0, and we're talking Fahrenheit here. So, I know that's different than Celsius. But anyway, but yeah, we've been trying to stay warm around here. In fact, my dad, bless his heart, he usually does his grocery shopping on Sundays, but because he knew this cold snap was coming on Sunday, he did his grocery shopping Thursday, and he just stayed home all day yesterday. Whoa. So anyway, the reason why we're here in the kitchen, and if you hear all the clanging, I'm doing one of those anti-procrastination tasks that I always end up putting off because I don't have a washing machine, or not a washing machine. I don't have a dishwasher. And so I end up being the dishwasher. And I did have a dishwasher helper for a while, throughout the summer and early fall. But she's not been helping with the dishes lately. So since I got caught up on the Christmas cards and got those all mailed out, and let me know if you guys have received your Christmas cards yet. I'd like to know. And so anyway, well, since those are done, I've thought, let's tackle this. And I've got my phone up there. Let's see. Oh, it's 12 degrees up there. Oh yeah. I was watching Sean's video yesterday, and he's been working on a sidewalk by a food bank, and he's been telling me how cold it's been up there. Yeah. It was negative 15 degrees. We had wind chill down to like negative single digits, but still cold enough for me. And that was on Sunday. It's much better today. Our road is a sheet of ice. Be careful out there, ladies. Yeah. Yeah, I've slid in the ditch on our icy road out there by Dad's house when I was growing up. Yeah. I went to wait. I went to visit besties yesterday, so I'm going shopping today. Oh, that was nice. I hope you had a nice visit. Sunday, we were blessed to have shoppers at the Christmas market. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I've been watching people's videos. They go to these Christmas markets, and I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. All the things that are there. We don't have any Christmas markets like that around here. But I did my shopping in Gallivanting the other day. That one day where I went to some thrift stores. That was fun and got a lot of good bargains. So anyway, that's why I'm here in the kitchen getting an anti-procrastination task done since today we were supposed to be preparing for anti-procrastination day anyway, and I got ahead of the game on that particular task. I thought, let's just do something else. And the closer we get to Christmas, the more my emotions kind of start going crazy, especially going through aging and all the lovely changes that go along with that. Just the fact of not having certain loved ones with us at Christmas kind of brings me down too. And I've been feeling it a little bit more, especially this weekend. So getting together with you guys every morning on these live streams, you are so much a blessing, more than you even realize. For me personally. Your hair looks great, Sheila. Oh, thanks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my brain just went blank. What is your name? Oh, I feel so foolish. Oh my gosh. What's given? What's her name? Oh my gosh, I can't. I am embarrassed that I can't remember your name, Bill Buckskin. No, Buckskin. And I used to chat with you a lot. Oh my gosh. See, that's just my brain, my menopausal brain, kicking in gear. Hey, how are you, my friend? It's been a while. Oh, excuse me. Our kiddos go in spurts. Andrea, yes, Andrea. Oh my gosh. I am sorry that my brain just blanked out for a sec. Oh my goodness. My SAD has not been nice to me either. Yeah. I've been MIA. Oh my god. There's quite a few people MIA. I've been MIA with my savings challenges. I've just been focusing so much on the holidays and this cruising through the holidays missions, these live streams, that I've just kind of been slack with my savings challenges. But come this new year, I've a part of a collaboration with a bunch of other beautiful content creators and savings challenge creators that I'm excited about. Oh man. No need to apologize. You're such a sweetie. Oh golly, but yeah. Yeah, I've been having really weird spurts of emotion lately, and I gotta focus. Oh my gosh. I am so grateful for my daughter. If you haven't seen yesterday's live stream, you gotta go back and watch it. I even made a little short and I posted it on Instagram, on Facebook, um, and here as a short on YouTube of what my daughter did to me. But you know what? I love her. It was funny. She really, whenever I'm feeling kind of low, her sense of humor really helps bring me out of any kind of doldrums I feel. And so we made some cookies yesterday, and she wants to make some more things this week. So we'll definitely probably have another baking video or baking live stream again. But yeah, today I am trying to catch up on dishes that's gotten piled up in my sink. I had forgotten to. Yeah. There's just so many of us friends on YouTube. It's hard to keep track. If I don't have a notebook that has all their names and channel names on there, I forget who is who after a while. Especially if I'm not really exclusively watching their content, because there's just so many other content creators out there. And so but everybody has something unique and special to bring to the table, and I just absolutely love that so much. And I'm so honored to be allowed to be a part of this. Even though my content isn't exclusively budget related, but it's not that I don't budget. But I'm trying to get back to my roots. When the kind of content that I created this channel for in the first place. But I don't want to neglect the other content that I've added to. So I'm trying to find balance. This coming new year, that is my word for this year, is balance. I want to get healthier, eat much better and more balanced, nutritious meals, have a much more balanced physical activity plan, so that I'm not just sitting around watching YouTube videos all day long. I mean, I love doing that, but I have things that I need to do. I have things that I want to do. And I want to present my best self come the convention. Because I'd hate to be a disappointment to everybody once I show up and I'm nothing like you guys think you see on my videos. That's why I try to keep my live streams as organic and my videos as organic and real as possible, because I'm just who I am. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. I just want people to maybe understand me. Anyway, let me get my towel. Then I can look through the comments a bit. Yeah, the real, I don't want to go out in the cold. Oh, I know. It's warmer here today than it was on Sunday, so stupid fly. She did. Chrissy. You think it was the best? Oh man. I think what was the best is the little giggle she has at the very end of that short video. That is the cutest. Oh, got to get ready for work. Just wanted to jump in and say hi. You have a fabulous day, Andrea. I like the live, and I hope to check in soon. I look forward to seeing you, my friend. You have a wonderful day. I'm so later. Good morning, Maria. You're not too late. You're not late at all, Maria. Whoops. Got my towel on the floor. We love you exactly how you are. Thank you, Maggie. Sometimes that stupid lion voice that's in my head will just tell me things that, like I'm not good enough or whatever, and I know it's lying, but it's hard to shut that voice off sometimes. And I think a lot of us go through those stages, and this time of the year, I think especially, hits that though that voice is even harder to shut off because I'm already somewhat in a semi emotional state. It's exciting and emotional to look forward to the holidays and getting things prepped and prepared and making things with my daughter and all of that. But then thinking about those that are no longer with us and the tragedies that's happened this weekend. Oh my gosh. It's hard. It's hard not to sink into those doldrums, but I try to put forth a face of someone who isn't going to let those type of things stop me or prevent me from being happy and sharing that happiness and encouragement and love and joy with all of you, because we're not alone in these kind of battles. Everyone goes through them occasionally, and that's why I love FlyLady. She gives so much grace and understanding with all of these missions that we're not in this for perfection. We're in this to enjoy our holiday and to get as much accomplished with um, with the pace that feels right for us. See, somehow I managed to worm my way back around to FlyLady, because I am really bad about just going off on a tangent and who knows what rabbit hole I'll end up going down. Sometimes our plans change and want to do more on YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. I want to try to find a good balance of uploading content for like savings challenges, but then content with things like this or just a video of me washing dishes or cleaning someplace in the house or planning, working on my planner and setting and getting organized for the week, or meal planning and prepping and cooking and things like that, or going for a walk to improve my physical health, things like that. I want to find a good, healthy balance to share all of those things without feeling like I'm I'm obligated to do all of this without it being good for me, because I want to do this because I want to, not because I have to. And but not feeling overwhelmed by doing all of this too. Because I find myself sometimes being overwhelmed by all the things that I want to do, and then that insecurity comes in, and I feel like even all of my efforts isn't good enough, which I know is absolute nonsense, but sometimes that happens. You would you would never be a disappointment to me. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. I feel the same. Yeah. Good morning, Amanda. Bestie, I missed you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Call it hormones. Call it stupid menopause. Having a, a spaz attack on me. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Roar wanted to go on post real quick. Oh, that's fine. Hey, Aurora can do whatever the hell she wants to do. She has my permission. If you're a little late, or if you don't even show up, I mean, I understand. You guys, you have so many responsibilities there in Germany and all that. Just now, what you need to do, and you've probably already done this already, Amanda. Go onto your troll channel, subscribe to my channel, and click that notification bell. That way, if you happen to be on it and not your main channel, you still get notifications. And that goes for all of you guys that are watching this as either as a replayer or whatever. If any of this weirdness of mine appeals to you, even in the slightest, and you want to see more, then yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell, engage, and send messages in chats and stuff and comments. Because I mean, we're all friends around here, and I love all of you guys. I don't want to only budget. It's not the only thing. Exactly. Yeah. It's not the only thing I do. Because after a while I find myself getting bored of certain things. I'm bad about that. If I like whenever I have my planner, I will get bored of the layout and I always end up getting a new planner or changing something up. And so I'm bad about consistency, and if I get bored, then consistency goes bad. And I don't want that for myself or for you guys. Because I don't want to bore anybody. And I know I feel like I can be rather boring sometimes. I'm just Sheila. I mean, that's it, in my opinion, in my eyes, that's nothing special. But I mean, that's that stupid voice that rears its ugly head and spreads its lies. Because if I heard one of you guys say those things about yourself, of course I'd be the first one to argue with you. So I got to remind myself and argue with myself and argue with that stupid voice. Shut the hell up. Yes, I did it. I did it. You know, maybe make the content maybe a little more interesting and spicy. Oh, I can't explain how I feel. I was spazzing today. I can join in on the action. Yeah. I hate that part about ADHD. We need novelty. Yeah. Right. I hated when halfway through a college semester, I would just stop using my planner because I want a new or I want new or wasn't interesting anymore. Yeah. I feel like that. I feel like I'm the most boring, but then I hear you talk about how cool it is living in a different places like I have and realize I'm blessed. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are a blessing to all of us, Amanda. Don't ever forget that. You get to experience, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of living vicariously through you whenever you go to these markets over there in Germany and some of the places that you go and see and do. It's just, it's awesome. You're awesome. But yeah, more importantly though, you're awesome. Not just the places that you go to, but just you being you. Yeah. So I've been trying to set up a new planner for the upcoming year. Marianne Cresp has been a big inspiration on my planner layout. But I'm working on what works for me. I'm thinking not just copying her style, but getting inspired by her style. Because I used to, what is that? What is that called? Oh my gosh, my brain cannot think of what it's called. Where you set up your own planners and you draw lines and um, dot grids and stuff. I used to do that a lot, and then when I started feeling like it was too much work, then I would switch to a planner that already had a layout, and then I get tired of that, and then go back to my dot grids and stuff. So yeah, it's all right. Finally got the dishes that was in the sink clean and washed. So at least there's something accomplished. Let's see. You're so quirky. Yeah, I am very quirky. And yeah, you say things people don't have the courage to say. I used to not have the courage to say those things either, Chrissy. I mean, I was, you wouldn't know, you probably couldn't tell by the way I am now, but I am very not shy by nature. Seriously, you get me in a crowd, I am not one to strike up a conversation with anyone or strike up a new friendship with anyone because I am just so intimidated and shy around other people. And to help overcome and combat that shyness when I was growing up, I got involved with choir in chorus at school, and that helped improve my self confidence somewhat. But like going to an interview for a job was like murder to me, and so oh, bullet journaling. Yes, I couldn't think of the word bullet journal for some silly reason. My brain just. Let me take a look at some of the chat that's kind of flown by. I've been trying to read it as I go, but sometimes they fling by. Oh, what was that? Did I rub off on you too much then? Oh, maybe. Or maybe that was just something that was inside of me that you just encouraged out of me. Maybe not rubbed off onto me. Maybe it was just already there. It's just, it needed a little encouragement. Yashi Koren has a lot of cool bullet journal setups. She's on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, I've been looking at all kinds of different layouts and I because I'm trying to save money and not spend money to buy a journal, um, I made my own graph sheets, and I even printed them to where they're almost the same exact size of grid as like a Hobonichi grid. And so I'm trying to use that. I've got them printed out. I've got some sheets, blank sheets printed out, and then I'm going to play with the layouts, draw lines here, there, and everywhere, and try to find a layout that works well for me. I talked to the lady in front of me in line at Christmas market for like 20 minutes, walked back to the car, and Brandon and Aurora asked who she was. I had no clue. Hey, that's great. Yeah, you can find, somebody that has similar interests right there in the line and just you probably brightened her day as much as she brightened your day. Just by that simple little conversation of, "Who was it that I talked to?" "I don't know, some weird American." Hey, that's okay. Some of us Americans are pretty weird. I'm one of those. That's why probably 90% of content creators are introverts. I think so. I think so. But how is it gonna be that a bunch of us introverts get together at at the convention this year? That's just oh man, I mean, I'm just so excited. But getting to know you, like, on a friendship basis like this is, it's gonna make that transition in real life a whole lot easier. So, yeah, so if you're new to this channel and you're curious of who these crazies are, don't be shy. We're all introverts. Just just leave a little, emoji or something down in the comments so that then I could say, "Welcome," and encourage you and welcome you into this beautiful community. And I'm just so grateful that I've been allowed to be a part of this community, you know? I still feel like it's a privilege. that I'm just in here with you guys. Just yap. It's always driven my family crazy. You just yap, yeah. Well, see, I'm not the yapper in my in my household. I'm very quiet most of the time. It's just times like this, I can talk to myself for hours, with whatever that's going on in my brain. But whenever anybody else in the family comes around, I will tend to clam up because I'm thinking, oh, they probably think mom's so weird talking to herself. My kids, oh my gosh, it's going to take mom 20 minutes to leave the school. That sounds like my dad because he starts, my dad, now he's a yapper. He will get into a conversation with anything and anybody about anything, and it can go for 20 minutes or more. Absolutely. It I'm so I wonder, I always question, "Are you sure you were born in Illinois, Dad? Because you sure behave like a Hoosier." 'Cause there's a whole thing of called, a Hoosier goodbye, I think that's what it's called. Well, that's in Illinoisans anyway called it that. I don't know if it's a Hoosier goodbye or what, but I always known it as a Hoosier goodbye, where you say goodbye, but then you're still standing around 20, 30 minutes later talking while you're halfway out the door. Now my dad is excellent with that. I got out the car at night in Lawton, Oklahoma, danger, to talk to some dude who pulled up and asked if he was there looking for the comet, too. My family was stressing. Oh, okay. We have at least budgeting in common. Yep, yep, we do. Well, we're all moms too, in some fashion, and so we have that in common, taking care of our families and doing stuff. I'm excited, not nervous at all. I'm not shy. LOL. I'm glad because someone's got to take the lead over all of this. Certainly not going to be me. My sister calls that an Indiana goodbye. Ah, that was it. But I think it's just a Midwestern thing. Yeah, I think so too. Because my dad is really bad about that. He will stand at the front door and he'll still talk about the things we already talked about earlier in the evening, and he'll just bring up all those things all over like, "Yes, yes, Dad, we've already discussed that. We don't need to discuss it umpteen trillion times again." Especially if it's a subject that's a difficult one to talk about. I'd rather just move on. Oh, well, I love him anyway. I'm gonna have to get my camera ready and just record moments like that when my dad's just on a rampage to just start telling stories and just get that recorded, because there may come a day when he won't be around to do that. Oh, goodness. Let's get some more stuff in here. Well, let's see how much. I'm trying to judge how much space I have on my rack and what's going to fit up there. Because I like my rack. I've got a rack that sits over my sink, and it holds the dishes as they dry. And I love this. It doesn't take up any space on my countertop. So yeah. Whoops. I've never been shy. I was raised by truckers or truck stop waitresses and warehouse workers. And I'm crass and vulgar, but once you're my person, I'll ride or die for you. Yeah. Yeah, we had a friend, one of my dad's best friends. He wasn't a truck driver, but he was a bricklayer. And actually, before he was a bricklayer, he was raised on a ranch in Colorado. His dad owned hundreds and hundreds of acres of pasture and fields in Colorado, and they raised beef cattle. And he was quiet, but he was very crass. He was very um, he could swear out a pirate. I mean, he can make a pirate blush with some of his swearing. But you know what? Even though he was like that, he was very soft-hearted. Only he didn't like anybody to see that part of him. But I witnessed it firsthand one time, and he was like a second dad to me. His wife was like a second mom to me, and he was like my second dad. But I knew he I knew he really loved me. Even though he may bitch me out, I knew he really loved me. I hug everyone. I'm kind of a hugger. If I'm invited to hug, I will hug back. Oh goodness. I like my rack too. Yeah. Yeah, I like my rack. But we have more in common because we've got to take a lot of time to learn about one another. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, come on, get out there. And that's why I'm just showing part of my life. And I mean, I'm just an average Joe, average Jane here, dealing with the stress of getting the dishes done and having things piled up around me in chaos. But we're being kind to ourselves and not putting ourselves down because of that. So, and I've spent the last 16 years of my life around soldiers. Yeah, so I've been raised by some rough. Yeah, you've had quite an upbringing, and even in your adult life. But you know what? It makes you a strong person. So if anybody knows they can rely on anyone, they know they can rely on you. Yeah, you're reliable in your fierceness. I'm that way, Sheila. I won't initiate a hug, but I'll gladly accept one. Yeah. You crack me up. If I went back to every video of yours, I can find a funny. I love watching and listening to you. Oh my gosh. I'm just the weird. I mean, that's just part of my weirdness, I guess. And so if you can handle my weirdness, then you're you can put up with a lot. Let me throw this away. There we go. Gotta be careful with my glass. I got my pitcher I'm washing, so I gotta be very careful with it. I tried to teach some kids today that instead of yelling help when they're in trouble to yell mom, more people will turn their head. That's pretty. You taught them that at school? Oh, I bet you the school teachers were not very happy with you. Oh my. I could just imagine what everyone's reaction would be to that. And then when they ask the kids, "Who told you to say that?" And then all the anger gets, all the angry glances get thrown at you like daggers. Oh my goodness, that's funny. we got about 15 minutes. Wow. Time sure flies when we're having fun. Now this is the delicate part. This little thingy, I gotta be careful because it will break. Great thing about that is I don't give a flying fart. Well, you are. Oh, have you learned whether you're going to stay employed there into the new year, or is this week your last week? I know you were considering on staying there a few more months since you guys aren't going to be deployed until, what was it, April or May? I won't show you this bit. YouTube might have an algorithm that thinks it's inappropriate. I gotta clean the inside of this, so I'm not doing it on stream. Someone might get the wrong impression. I'm just cleaning. Let's see. Honey, I can wear candy cane glasses. Honey, I wear candy cane. You wear candy cane glasses. What? What are you talking about? You wear... That's true. Yeah. I'm staying on payroll, but not the schedule. They can call me in in case they need you. Okay. All right. Well, then you're going to be on PTO. All right. Or is it no, not PTO. Oh my gosh, what's it called? PRN. That's it. You're on PRN. Okay. But if they happen to call you in, do you actually get a little extra pay than your normal regular pay, or will it be still your straight pay if they happen to call you in? Because where I worked, if you were on PRN and it was your extra day that you weren't scheduled to work, then you got paid, I think half a time extra or something. So instead of paying straight pay, you got time and a half or something like that. It'll be straight pay. Oh, okay. Well, that's bummers. But something's better than nothing. All right, okay, I've got that pretty well full right now. I'm going to... I dropped my phone. Okay. Come on. Let's see if I can get this rearranged somehow. All right, let's bring this down. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let me have a seat. Alrighty then. Alrighty. Got my phone here. Let's see. And if I need to, I can request a transfer to the Zama location. What's the Zama location? Yep. So yeah, we got the whole rack full. It's got all of my glass, my glass percolator is up there, and some plates and a skillet. but I've run out of room, so gives me a time to just take a break, let the dishes dry, and then I can come back maybe in about 15 minutes. The dishes will be all dry. I can put those away and then start another um, sink full of dishes because there's still some on the stove that I'm not going to turn around and show you guys. Goodness. My head hurts so dang much today. I thought it was lack of caffeine or water, but good, but nope. Oh my goodness. Camp Zama is close to where I'm going. Close to where, oh, okay. Is that, is there anything special about Camp Zama or is it just no kids or what? Older kids instead of the little middle schoolers? I don't know. Food, not good. Oh, or food. Okay. If it was lack of caffeine, water, or food. I think I need vitamin D. I got a little bit the other day when I went for my walk. And right here I've got the sun streaming in, so I'm kind of sunbathing like the cat with the the sun shining through. So I'm getting a little bit of vitamin D this way, I guess. Guess you could call it that. So so yeah. Hope I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Oh no, I'll probably have to do food court work unless they have an opening at the school. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. Just dealing with the public is I mean, I like dealing with the public, but then there are those that make dealing with the public annoying, you know. Not always, but sometimes. You've had no energy. I've had moments of that this past week, and I think a lot of my problem, and I'm not saying it's your problem. I'm saying that a lot of my problem with lack of energy is just my mental state and my mindset. And when I can get to thinking better and clearer about myself, even if I just do something small the like washing the dishes. I only did the one rack, but I did that. That kind of helped to give me a little bit of an endorphins to feel like, hey, I might do a little something more today. You know, even though initially when I woke up this morning, I was, I must be, I have to tell you the truth. I was a bit draggy this morning. I didn't really feel all that enthusiastic, but just knowing that I'm going to chat with you guys kind of helps bring that out of me. I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? I've already done the Christmas cards. That's what our assignment was for today. I've got these dishes to do. Why don't I just set up the thing and do the dishes right here? You know, a little bit, just a little bit. I wouldn't even have to get the whole dishes done, just a little bit. That's why I tell my brain, try to trick my brain into getting that done. And once I got some things done, then I feel like doing more and then a little bit more. And before I know it, I've accomplished more than I initially thought I could when I first get up in the morning. And a lot of it's just a mind games that you have to play with yourself. So, yeah, I'm not comparing myself to anybody else or what works for me may work for you. I don't know. But that's how I deal with some things myself. And that helps get me out of these holiday doldrums that I find myself. And it too often I did that this weekend and I was almost on the verge of possibly calling my doctor and saying, I might need something. I don't want to take medication if I don't have to take medication. Because I know it's a lot of this is just in my head. I can find some technique to bring myself out of it. And sometimes it's just playing those kind of mental mind games with yourself. And it helps. It helps me anyway. I'm not going to speak as a professional of any kind. If you need professional help, definitely seek it and let them help you. In fact, I've had to take medication before, um, at one point in my life, so I know what that's like, and there's nothing shameful in it. Oh goodness. Let's see. I have a sink full of dishes and it's not good. There you go. Well, see, just just have me propped up on the ledge and we can do our dishes together. I mean, Amanda was talking about body doubling the other day, and this kind of a roundabout way of my body doubling with you guys. So you guys can do your dishes while I was doing my dishes. Whatever you feel like doing. That way, we don't feel like we're doing this task alone. Feel like I got no sleep last night. I don't remember my morning from the alarm at 6:05 to 7:15. No clue what I did. Oh my. Oh my goodness. If I sit still long enough anytime soon, I'm going to go to sleep. Well, that might be your body's way of telling you that you do need rest. I mean, but only you know for certain. And if you need rest, then let your body rest. Yeah, I saw somebody talking about how us women we push ourselves more than we should, and not recognizing those little messages that our body tells us, those little clues that our body tries to tell us that we need to slow down, we need to rest, we need to take care of our mental health, we need to take care of ourselves. We're so focused on caring for everybody else and fulfilling everybody else's needs. And then whenever we don't feel the energy to, or even the excitement to accomplish that, then we attack ourselves. We go against ourselves saying that, we should do better, And I've been there. And I'm just grateful I'm at a stage in my life that my husband recognizes that and he allows me to take care of myself. And then he sees how that improves me and how I'm able to better take care of him. I think he's got an ulterior motive. Maybe that's it. He lets me do what I want to do because he's got an ulterior motive. Hey, yes, I'm up for that. One day I'll be off. Yeah. I couldn't tell if I was getting sick again or what. I swear, if I'm sick on my birthday, I'm going to fight someone. Oh man, I woke up the other day with a little bit of a scratchiness in my throat. I'm like, oh no, no, we're nipping that little sucker in the bud. I fixed up some hot tea and put a little bit of honey in it and just sipped on that all day. I went back and forth, hot tea or like I like an herbal tea. I always keep herbal tea here in the house, and just some hot herbal tea and honey, and just let that soak and soothe my sore throat. Yeah, I hate being sick during the holidays. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you all stay healthy and well. I have OCD. If I was not on the medication, my home is spotless and incredibly organized, but my behavior is awful. What I expect of others is them to be the same as me. Yeah. Yeah. I wish I had that kind of OCD to be spotless. I'm kind of like I go in the other direction. Instead of being obsessive about the organization, but I benefit from the organization. I will put my blinders on and just ignore it and then procrastinate and then pretend it's not there, and because whenever I do focus on it and try to deal with it, if I don't break it down into small chunks, I start feeling physically overwhelmed, and that gets to be emotionally and all that. And so learning how to block most of the clutter out, most of the chaos out, and just laser focus on a small area and organize that. Then get the endorphins from seeing that area oh, cleaned and organized to add just a little bit more and then organize that and then a little bit more and organize. Otherwise, I have my blinders on and I try to keep all the chaos out and then laser focus on certain areas until the entire area is nice and clean. Otherwise, I will get overwhelmed by the enormity of the chaos. And it doesn't matter what size it is. I will. I just got my new rhinestones. Ooh, pretty. You have to take pictures of them and share with us on the Instagram. My anxiety takes over and I will have a panic attack if the waters aren't facing the same way. Mm. Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's we all have something. It's just unique to each of us. It doesn't make anybody wrong or bad or anything, you know. It's just learning how we best deal with it is what is most important. And everyone deals with clutter, organization, chaos in different ways. And learning to give myself enough grace in order to accomplish my goals has helped me make some progress in the mess of chaos that's around me. Otherwise, I would just keep spiraling downward and downward, and nothing would get done. I'd feel lousy about myself, and you know, the house would be a wreck and whatever. But learning to break it down, putting my blinders on to the most of the noise so that I can focus on the area that I know I can handle and then expand to the rest as I can. That's how I am with medication. I'm super fixated on perfection. Yeah. I think that's what I was drawn so much to FlyLady because she speaks so much against perfectionism and she recognizes that we have a tendency to think everything needs to be perfect, and if we don't make it perfect, then we're the bad person because we can't reach that level of perfection that we've set for ourselves, when it's really not perfection that we are striving for. That shouldn't be our focus. It should be the progress, and we should reward ourselves with the progress, not perfectionism. And so it's hard for our brains to switch to that way of thinking. It took a long time for my brain to finally accept it and accept um, giving myself grace and understanding that, hey, I didn't get all the dishes done today. That's okay. Otherwise, my normal self would be, oh, you for lazy bum and didn't get the dishes all done. Now you've got more work for tomorrow because you're such a lazy bum. No, I don't want to treat myself that way ever again. And so we don't want to be that way. So learning to make that mindset change has helped me make some kind of improvement. I mean, my negative self could say, "Oh, you're not making improvement fast enough. It's not happening quick enough." Well, there's no deadline. I mean, life is life. And besides, all the stuff that's around me, I'm not taking any of it with me. So I take care of it as best I can while I'm here. And it'll still be here when I'm gone. But it's how do I feel? How do I treat and take care of myself? Because that will go with me. And if I don't take care of myself and give myself understanding and grace and love, then it's going to be difficult for me to give out grace and understanding and love to those that I really care about, like my husband and my kids. I have to fill my cup up as much first so I have more to give. Does that make sense? That's how my brain's kind of computing all of that thing. I don't want to be like this. I hear you. I hear you, Chrissy. I know I don't like this negative way that I find myself thinking either. I don't like the way that it makes me feel. I don't like to be that way. But yeah, it's progress, and you are doing great too, Chrissy. You know, you have so much love to give to all of us in this community, and I know this time of year can be difficult for all of us, but that's why we have each other to lift one another up, to give one another love and encouragement. I mean, the more I feel like I give in a small message of encouragement to you guys, I know I feel myself receiving that much of encouragement, and that's what keeps me going. I don't know if this is my calling, but this is what I feel like I need to do. If because it makes me feel good, and I see how it can help others feel better about themselves. So, oh my goodness, we have made it past 10 o'clock, my friends, and it got a little emotional there towards the end, but we made it. I got a tear that's like hanging on for dear life right at the very corner. But guys, I love you oh so so very much. You keep me going. Oh my gosh, what did you say? I've been very type B my whole life, and now we move so much. I collect my things, which makes my house cluttered, but it brings me joy. Yeah. Yeah, if it brings you joy, then it's worth it. It's worth the home, in your home. It's worth a place or it's worth its own place in its home. Yeah. I just got to find better homes cuz it's just I got tall ceilings, but it's like like dead space up above. That's why I know you've like here, I've got these shelves that are going up. We've been trying to put more shelves up higher just so that I can use up some of the space up there. I used to want to have one of those racks that would hang from the ceiling above the island, and you could hang your pots and pans on. I'm still considering whether I want to go that route or not. That way, my pots and pans that are in the cabinets right now, I can I can have that for storage space for like an extra pantry cupboard or something. Do what brings you joy. Absolutely. I say I'm just bad at decorating. It could look good, but I don't have that vision. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a much of an interior decorator. I did just pick out the paint and the woodwork for the living room. You probably have seen a little bit of that. But that was over 20 years ago, and I'm now kind of getting to where I'm tired of that. So I want to do something different. Thank you. Needed this so much. I need our one-on-ones. I miss our Zooms, and I know we're all so busy right now to find a time to get together to do a Zoom, and with family life and the holidays, I know it's hard. We'll have to try and make some kind of arrangement someday because I think that blesses all of us. I hope I hope this was a little bit of a blessing for you, even in the smallest measure. No idea how we are fitting all this stuff in the new house. I'm understanding they're much smaller than here. Yeah, you yeah, Japan might be a little bit smaller accommodations over there. May have to put some things in a storage container here in the States for a while. At least, well, just for long enough that you're over there. I wish I could take my Harry Potter mural with us, but I can't take a wall. Ah. Oh, is it painted in your wall there in Germany? You can take a photo of it once everything's cleared out of it, just to take a photo of the wall, and then have that photo framed, and then you can take that mural with you everywhere. Your home is beautiful. I'd love to decorate. I would love for you to decorate it. I would love to have an interior decorator to do my house. Figuring out how things are gonna be done is so hard. You do a beautiful job. Thanks. We just needed to take a break from our kitchen because we were running out of money. I need to start saving up more money to finish some of the job because there's some trim that I need to put in there. And then we need to work on our bathroom, terribly so. Thanks. A farmer sink I can see in your home. You know what? I I regret there was 2 things that I regret not taking out of my grandma's house when my grandma passed away and my dad had to sort through her household things, and there was a couple of things that I regret not taking. We decided to go ahead and auction it with the house. One was the cast iron sink. It was like it has like enamel covering over it. The cast iron sink in the kitchen. It only had the one tub, but then it had like ridged um, a shelf next to it where you could put your dishes to. It's like for putting your drying rack on. I wish I'd have kept that sink and brought it home, but it was so heavy. There was no way we could take it home. The other thing I would love to have taken, I regret not doing, was my grandma's old stove. This stove was from the 1950s. It was white enamel. It had 4 burners, but there was a big white space in between the two. There was 2 burners on one side, 2 burners on the other side, and then in between was really wide space. And she used to keep her coffee pot and her cup. She had a like a coffee cup tree stand right there on it. And the stove, the oven, was just um, half of the width because the width of the stove itself was wider than than today's average stove. It was at least like the width of today's stove, maybe, and then half of that was the oven, which was a decent enough size. But then the other half had a drawer that pulled out, and it had space for all of the pots and pans and cookie sheets and stuff. And I wish I'd have taken that with us. That's the one thing I regret not taking home. And now when I see things like that on eBay or think people are selling things like that, they're being sold for like 400 or 500 bucks because they're vintage. But I did keep my grandma's Singer sewing machine, and it's a pedal Singer sewing machine. I do have that. It just needs to be repaired. I'll just make Brandon do it again when we get a more forever home. There you go. Well, still, you can still take a photo of it. That's fine, and take that with you. We will. I'm getting a bathtub for a kitchen sink. I'm so tired of these sinks here that you overflow the dishes. You overflow with dishes just by cooking and eating dinner. Yeah, it's money. Yeah. Yeah, it stops us some projects. Yeah. Yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. All right, guys. I so greatly appreciate you guys sticking around. And yeah, if you're watching this as a replay later on and you want to have more of these kind of chats or interested in whatever content else I plan to put out for the new year, don't hesitate to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all those lovely things. I'm terrible at self promotion. I love those stoves. Yeah, I love my grandma's stove too. Because the burners, you know how narrow the curly Q burners on a lot of standard uh stovetops are? These were wide burners that only went around like twice. Where these now go around like like 4 or 5 times. These had the wider burners and they curly Q around like just 2 or 3 times at the most. And it was really good. Yeah, it worked. So glad I made it, even if I was. You weren't late very much. I mean, it's fine. You only missed what, 10 minutes? Not that much. You just came in at the best time yesterday when Amanda scared the shit out of me. But this was a chill, and I'm getting the sunlight streaming in. This feels really nice. So, guys, thank you so much. I need to get off my keister, get something to eat for breakfast because I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and finish up washing my dishes. Because tonight we're gonna have taco chicken. I think that's what's gonna be on for supper tonight. So you have to stay on top of things. Exactly. Yeah. I'm on a good roll now. We got a little bit of momentum going this morning. So I want to keep this momentum going. Yeah. Yes. You have a wonderful and beautiful day, guys. I love all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, friends.